Good evening, everyone. My name is Vernisha Jones, and I am the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. And we believe that we are the solution to the violence in our community. West Garfield Park Youth Council is a group who's sponsored by Fathers Who Care, which is a nonprofit organization located on the west side of Chicago within the West Garfield Park community. Again, everyone, I'm Vernisha Jones, and I am the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. The West Garfield Park Youth Council is comprised of 15 youth from our community whose focus and concern is the youth leadership and voice within the community and addressing the issues of violence prevention. We invite people from all over to come out and see what we're all about, and especially the youth. Our show will be scheduled every Thursday at 7 p.m. Again, that is every Thursday at 7 p.m. And we can also be viewed online at www.cantv.com/live. Again, that is www.cantv.com/live. Well, everyone, I know you noticed these beautiful two young women sitting aside of me. Instead of me introducing them, I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ebony Russell, and
I am Nova Mines, and we come to you from Women of Self-Love
Incorporated.
Thank you guys for being a guest on tonight's show. And again, I'm Vernisha Jones. I'm the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. And you're watching a live interactive call-in program brought to you by CanTV 21. During the next 25 minutes, we are going to discuss the topic of how can we get more young people to love themselves. I invite our viewers watching to call in with your questions and comments at 312-738-1060. Again, that number is 312-738-1060. Our phone lines are now open. So today's topic is, what does it take to empower young women on the west side of Chicago? How do you guys feel about that topic?
Oh, I love that topic. Being from the west side of Chicago all my life, definitely it's a beautiful topic. I love it.
Well, as far as just what do we feel about that topic, we want to empower women in general. So whether you're from the west side, south side, north side, east or west side, we want to make sure that you're empowering yourself to love yourself on a daily basis.
We're going to change that to just empowering women.
There you go.
Empowering
like
women.
That. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
There we go.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions. You can ask me questions as well. We can go back and forth because I'm 22, so I'm younger. If you guys want to
that's my son age. There we go. Yeah.
So we can go back and forth and ask each other questions if y'all want any perspective from a younger person.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the first question: who are you, and what is your purpose for existence? So we could.
Okay. We'll start with Ebony. She's the CEO.
Okay. Well, my name is Ebony, and again, as I said, I am from the west side. I was here all of my life, pretty much, all the way up until my son is 22 years old. Up until he was about 7 years old, I've been married and with my husband 21 years, married 18 of those years. We have 3 children, 22. We have a daughter that will be 19 and daughter will be 16 soon. Mm-hmm. So our purpose for Women of Self-Love, my purpose in life, pretty much, I thought was just to pretty much be a mother, have a career, all the normal things that they tell you what you need to do. But guess what? God knocked on my door and told me, you got another purpose. I've always been a person that that love. I love, and when I love hard. I'm passionate about what I do, and I love and I'm committed and I'm dedicated and I love people. So he told me, knocked on my door September 2017 and told me, guess what? It's time for you to take everything that I've given you and walk into your purpose now. I did not know what it was, but I always knew it was something great. Yes. So here we are today. I did not know Nova Mines. We recently just connected. You would think we've been knowing each other forever.
Yes. That's how y'all relate together.
Yes. So my purpose right now is the woman. My purpose right now is to build the woman. Yes. And that's where Women of Self-Love has come into play now. So building a woman is basically, if we build a woman, then we are building these communities back.
Yes.
So I think from there, I can go on and on because once we get here, this is my passion. I can go on for hours.
We can talk about this for hours.
So I'll let Nova take over because I know she can talk. Go ahead, Nova, I'll let you talk.
So my name is Nova Mines. I am a 45-year-old woman. Yes, and I love, I'm loving what I'm doing right now. I have a wonderful husband that I've been married to for 23 years. I have one son who is 28 years old, who has granted me with 3 beautiful grandchildren. And I was never the mother of a young woman, and I've always wanted that. But that wasn't God's heart's desire for me. His heart's desire was to give me nieces, and I was able to express what womanhood was for me with my nieces, and that gave me gave me wisdom in the type of woman that I wanted to be. I've gone through things in life as a woman, so this Women of Self-Love was something that was created by Ebony, but I also had an organization prior to that. We both were doing something totally different, but what we did learn is that we both had the same passion for the same thing, and we realized we didn't have to reinvent the wheel.
Exactly.
So we took the wheel and we brought it together. And that is something that I believe more of us as women need to do. We need to love and support each other where we are. And we don't have to separate ourselves from what we know our purposes are, especially when we know we all doing the same thing anyway. So my purpose is right now is to live the best life that God can allow me to live right now. And that purpose is to give back what God has given me to give back to someone else.
Yes.
And for me to learn from one woman and another woman to learn from me. So right now, I'm just living in this thing right now. I was a teenage mom. So to get back to where I am right now, I think I lost myself a couple of times along the way, but I'm finding myself again, and I love who I am. And I want young ladies to know that it's okay.
It's okay.
You can always go back.
Yes. And I think I want to share that too. As I mentioned, I have a 22-year-old, and I'm 40. I'll be 41 in August myself. So that tells you that I too was a teenage mom, 18 years old.
Yes.
There you go. Great.
Okay, and I see we have a caller. We're going to take this caller. Then I have a question about, basically, we're going to talk about the meaning of you guys' title of your group. Okay?
Okay. I'll let you break that.
I see we have a caller. We can take this caller. Caller, question or comment?
What made you want to start this? What made you guess what? Wait, what?
I think they're asking what made you want to start this group.
Okay.
What made you want to start this group? But before you answer what made you want to start this group, can you please explain to our audience the meaning? What is this group? The meaning of this group?
Women of Self-Love is an organization that is here to empower women to get back to knowing who they are. I think that as a woman, we are so good at taking care of everyone else. We're good at taking care of our spouses. We're good at taking care of our children. But one thing that we've noticed over the years is that the loss of the community and getting back to that, figuring out who you are. I think for me and us building this thing together is that me and Ebony took what it was that we both felt like we had lacked somewhere along the way, and then we took the things that we had gained along the way and we brought them together, and we realized that there were so many other women that hadn't sat back or possibly thought about where they wanted to go. I mean, I think when you're in your 20s, you do what 20-year-olds do. When you're in your 30s, you think that you have arrived and maybe you understand where you want to go. But by the time I had reached 40, that was a different peak in my life. I think I had done all of the things that I had made enough mistakes to know that I didn't want to make certain mistakes again. At 30, I think that I was living a life where I thought I had gotten it and I thought I had arrived, but I quite hadn't crossed the threshold. And that's when Ebony came into my life. She was just in the cusp of turning 40 years old. And we wanted to be able to go back and reach down and tell those women that it's okay. Wherever you made mistakes in life, it's okay. If there, even beyond the mistakes in life, if there were places in your life where you forgot to go back and reach yourself and say, okay, it's okay, I really want to go back and try that, or I really want to go do that. Women of Self-Love was built because we both had aspirations to do something bigger than just us. So with that being bigger than us meant that we had to go back into our communities and find other women that needed what we had. That meant our health and wellness. That meant finding resources for women, because you know you have so many women. We out here every day trying to figure it out. Resources are very important. So the thing is that we learn how to communicate by telling stuff that we shouldn't tell, but we don't go out there to figure out stuff that we should be telling. So this was the new gossip for us. You know, let's gossip about some things that can help empower you. Let's gossip about some things that can help encourage you to be a better you. So that's where we are with Women of Self-Love. That's what Women of Self-Love is. And it's regaining our communities. It's regaining our households. It's regaining our passions for who we are as women, and to be able to love ourselves in a different capacity. Meaning, you have your children, you love them one way. You have your spouse, you love them one way. But how do you love you?
Exactly. And that's a great question. At your age right now, 22, right in the now, how do you love you?
That was just
It's just see, it's okay, and it's okay.
Yes.
Because if I go back to 22,
Girl,
I had 2 kids and I was married. How did I love me? I about didn't.
You basically be focused on
The
your
husband and the
family
kids.
everybody else.
Because I was kind of taught that that's what I was there to do. Yeah.
And it's okay.
It's okay.
And it's okay. What we want to do is make sure that we stay focused.
Exactly.
And keep streamlined on what it is that we are, who we are. Don't lose yourself. You know, a lot of us lose ourselves. Mental illness is
real.
It's rampant. It's real. But there are resources for that. Counseling. Women have to know that there are people that want to hear, and
we
that
are
they're here
bringing that
to
into the community. We're going to let you know it is okay. Anxiety is real. All of this is real. People don't want to talk about mental illness, and it's not a bad thing. It's not your fault that you have anxiety. It's not your fault that all this is going on. You know, but we need to bring it into the community. Everybody want to talk about it. Hey, they don't want to talk about it, but we need to.
It's time to start.
It's time to start talking about it and getting the right help.
Yes.
You know, so.
So speaking of you guys' group, do you guys have like any type of groups where you, like my age, like the younger women, do you guys have groups with them, or is it a certain age you guys work with, or do you guys look forward to like having a group for younger women?
We're looking forward to it. Let me tell you guys what we just had the past week. The past week we just had 3 prom dress tries, and that has just empowered us to start with that young
I really think y'all should.
Yes.
I really think. Because I actually like what y'all saying, but like I know it would be like I'm the type of person I could come into a group with older people,
we
and
have your
I feel
age and our
comfortable.
age.
Yeah, but then some young people they just want to be in a group full of young people.
Yes.
You know.
And you know
I
what?
like
The
that.
thing is that we definitely want young people to recognize the fact that wisdom comes of age.
Yes.
But some young people are in positions now where they have to be older than they want to be before their time. So when that happens, and once again, speaking on who we are, I had my son at 16. So the vision for what the 16-year-old mom looked like was probably someone that would have been on public aid, Section 8, and I'm just saying, that's not who you are. That's the stigmas that get attached to who you're supposed to be.
It's just there to help
and we
you.
recognize that that's not who we have to be. And we do want young people to know that the vision is greater for their life than just a whole bunch of older women sitting in a room talking about things. not only can you learn from me, I can learn things from you.
Of course.
I was laughing because when we were talking about this earlier coming in, the young lady asked us about podcasts. I'm looking at her like, I don't know nothing about no podcasts. But that's when young people come into our life and begin to pour things into us.
Yes,
so not only do we have something to pour into you just about life lessons, but life is changing for us as well as it is for you guys.
And we don't know everything. Life is like a science. It's a study of. We don't know, and we want to learn. Nova and myself, we're not those adults that think we know everything and you know nothing. It's a mutual respect. We want to learn from you guys as you guys learn from us. And that's what we're bringing into the community, back into the community. Respect.
Yes. Respect is a big thing. Oh my God.
Love and respect. That's what we're bringing.
Well, I actually like what you guys saying, so you guys are going to be hearing more from me after the show. Okay. But I see we have another caller, and then we're going to get back into our conversation.
Okay.
Caller, question or comment?
My question for you is, how long have you been in business?
We've been in business since September 2017.
Yes.
Y'all been listening. Okay, so do you guys believe you need self-love to be successful?
Most definitely.
Most definitely. To stay successful.
To stay successful.
You don't need it to become it.
Yeah. I mean, you can, well, when you say successful though.
Right. Well, no. What we said is about right.
Yeah, it's right. It's
right.
No.
You can get there, but if you ain't got self-love, you're not going to stay
You ain't going to stay.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, we want you to sustain success.
And be happy with it.
Yes.
So speaking of success and being happy and self-love, have you guys during this 2-year process have had any downfalls? Like any type of motivational things you could tell people or anything?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, because this is so spiritual, this right here was brought upon us spiritually, definitely. Especially this connection with us.
Yes.
Normally with people, and you first meet people, you are taught things over time about people. God, He really brought this process with us real fast with each other, wouldn't you say? So we had to learn the good, the bad, the ugly, the everything. So
Timing was everything.
Timing was everything with us.
With you asking that question, I was like, the process for us, like I said, both of us had our own organizations at that time, and we both were striving to do certain things bigger and better, and we both had different partners doing different business at that time. And what's so wonderful is that the way things came about, we all support each other, even though we are not all doing the same things anymore.
Yes.
The biggest thing about women is that we it's easy for us to feel combative against each other, but it's another thing to watch us embrace each other through our growth. The thing was for me is that what I was doing was once a year. What Ebony was doing was online, Facebook, and bringing and talking with other people. All of those things meant something to both of us. And when God gave us an opportunity to sit down and talk about what it was, it made more sense that we come together and build what it was together than it was for us to build it apart. It's okay to venture out. Sometimes you get afraid of it, but for us, it was crazy how we came together. I mean, we just sat across the table from each other and realized that God had a bigger purpose for us.
And it's beautiful.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
So do you guys think lack of self-love is a big issue in our community?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault. It's not all of our fault. We were not really taught self-love again. But it is.
Well, self-love is, so I believe it comes with the way things were reared in your life. I think at some point in every woman's life, we kind of lose ourselves somewhere along the way. I don't believe that that's just something that just happens because it wasn't taught in the household all the time. Sometimes that is the problem. But I think even when you're loved and you're taught self-love at times, sometimes you forget about who you are, and sometimes you got to go back. And for me, that thing is a spiritual thing. You got to know who made you and why he made you. And the God that I serve,
so much to it.
He said that he made me to be here, and I had a purpose. So every time I think about that, it makes me gear up and remember who I am.
Yes.
Even at the times where I think that I failed or failed myself, because I've been there. I've been in places where I failed myself in that area, but I thank God that I did have someone that loved me enough to speak life into me. Whether it was a mother, a friend, a cousin, or a neighbor, or whatever. But we got to remember to be that person.
And you have to understand, self-love is not nothing like, okay, I graduated, I know self-love. No, it's an ongoing thing. Every day in
It's
your
a
life.
process.
It's a process, So, yeah.
Cool. And so I see we got less than 5 minutes left.
All right.
It's deep.
I tell you,
I'm
we can go
looking like
on.
I didn't
We
get
may
to
have to
have
come
a
back for a
part.
part two
Yeah,
one
we're
day,
definitely gonna have to have a part two.
Well, you know
But
what?
yes.
It's a big topic.
It's a
something
very
that you
big
can
topic,
talk,
and we
we get
so
excited
passionate.
about it because at the end of the day, it's something that we all are working on. We work on it every day.
Yes.
We work on it for ourselves every day.
Yes.
And speaking of, we should actually, since I have a group where it's a lot of young women, and you guys have a group where it's more mature women, we should actually do something where we all come
Collaborate.
together.
Well, let's do it. That's what
Because
we are about.
I told you, self-love, yes, y'all teaching us stuff too. There's some certain things out here that young people are going through that I don't feel like we had to experience in our
and here's the
generation.
thing, and that just came up. We actually have some amazing. It's not just us. We have a team.
Yes.
And I wanted to just
Can't
mention
do this
that.
by yourself.
We can't just do this by ourselves. Right now, our team. Right now, we're here, and we have people holding it down for us where we at right now.
And while you're telling that, make sure you tell everybody your website and tell everybody where you're located and how they can contact you.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a Facebook group. It's Women of Self-Love, Inc., Sisters Keepers. So we are our Sisters Keepers. You can reach us at...
They can go to right there.
www.womenofselflove@gmail.com. That's how you can contact us. You can contact Ebony at 708-510-4736. You can contact me, Nova, at 708-704-2926.
And if you're just now tuning in, our guest on tonight's show is Nova and Ebony. And we were talking about what is self-love and why is it so important. We would like to thank our viewers for calling in and watching us tonight. For additional information about their group or our youth group, you can call us at 773-287-5821. Again, that number is 773-287-5821. Thank you. Tune in next week. Same time, same station. Good night.
Thank you.